Hey, 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 family. How's it going? Come on in. Come on in. Super excited today because I got something to say. And I'm excited because guess what? We're going to talk about something that is very chronic. It's very persistent in this culture as we live this life, and it's really worrying, right? Stop worrying now. I have some answers on how to do that today. So come on in, come on in. It's your girl, Natasha Paris, the emotional healer, the mental health therapist expert. And I got some words to share. I got some things that you can do today that should help you with this worrying that you have going on. Okay? So let's talk about it. Super excited. All right. So one thing for sure, when we're talking about worry, what does that mean? We all know what worrying looks like when you're like, you've lost a job, when you have, not only lost a job, but your kids are acting up, or your spouse, or you're in a relationship and it's not going well. And of course, the biggest one is your finances is a little funny. Your money is a little funny. Your money is a little funny. And you're like, this dang, what I'm looking at in my bank account is not what I want. I have all of these insufficient funds. I got these fees. I have all of this other stuff. And I got bills to take care of. Okay. I got bills to take care of. So we're going to talk about that because let me tell you, too many people are worrying. I had a conversation with a girlfriend today, love her to death. And she was talking about how she lost her job. She was talking about how she's older, above the age of 50, and how she was worrying about whether she was able to get another job because because there's so much competition. And one of the things that I know for sure is that worrying does not do anything positive. It is all negative. Let's talk about it. Worrying causes you to lose sleep because you are thinking about all of the things that could possibly be wrong. You're thinking about all of the things that will happen because you are in that place right now financially, or you're in that place where you're in a relationship that does not serve you. Worrying causes you to lose sleep. It causes you to have stress, which is the number one killer, my friends. Stress is a number one killer, and it kills not just your spirit, but it kills your mind. It kills your motivation. It kills your enthusiasm. And then, of course, it kills you physically. If you don't know, stress is the number one killer for most Americans. And I'm going to say Americans because of the fact that we have a lot of stimuli, a lot of stress. Do you notice that people who live in third world countries tend to be less stressed, less anxious, more happier? Why? The reason why is because they know that, there's the studies that say that Americans tend to have all these expectations and they have all these wants and desires when people in third world countries don't have as many, desires, right? They want a better life for their family, but things are a little more laid back. But here in America, it's stressful. It's stressful. So what we know is that stress is a number one killer. It's a number one killer, and I'm going to talk about it because of the fact that it causes you to feel like the whole world is on your shoulders. Feel like the whole world is on your shoulders. And I tell you right now that worrying adds, as the word says, not a single day or year to your life. It does not add a single day or year to your life. So how do you get out of obsessive thoughts when you're worrying? You really begin to do what? You begin to imagine all of the things that could possibly be wrong. You actually begin to say to yourself, and you watch the movie in your head. You watch the movie in your head. And I'm telling you, that movie, leave it to you. That movie is full of suspense. That movie is full of horror. The movie is full of romance and action pack. And guess what? You are the extra in your own movie. I'm going to say that again. You are the extra in your own movie in your head. My friends, I'm telling you right now, get out of your own head and stop worrying about what you think will happen tomorrow. And how do you get out of that? How do you get out of that stress-related obsessive thought? Because as a clinician, as a mental health therapist expert, I talk about it so much. And I tell people that you have to believe that you have such great things in store for you, even though you don't see it. Even though you don't see it. You know, people always say, you know, if I talk to myself, I'm crazy. Well, the first step is to acknowledge that you are worrying. Because I'm going to teach you what to do, because it worked so many times with so many clients. You guys are getting some free therapy right now from me. You are getting some free advice right now. You can donate to my Cash App. I'll put it, I'm just joking. But seriously, too many people are worrying about what should happen or what could happen or what should have happened, or I should say could have, would have, should have, all of those things. Okay. And it's so heavy. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that worrying is a #1 killer and stress increaser. Okay. So how do you get out of that? First, identify that you are worrying about something that you cannot control. You cannot control whether your boss is nice to you. You cannot control whether your partner is doing well or want to do well in the relationship and want to communicate. You cannot control circumstances as it relates to losing a job. You cannot control those things. But what you can do, my friends, as it relates to worrying, these are 3 strategies. First, identify that you're worrying, because you have to first identify it. And are you losing sleep over this thing that you're worrying about? Are you losing sleep? Do you lost your appetite? Are you losing weight? Not because you want to. Are you breaking out in hives? Is your hair falling out? Are you gaining an enormous amount of weight, either losing or gaining a lot of weight? When you identify all these symptoms that are causing you to feel bad about yourself and you go back to the root, you're like, it's because I keep worrying. I keep worrying. So what am I saying? Identify the root causes of your worry. The second thing is, stop it. You say, well, how do I stop worrying? You're going to have to change your mind. You're going to have to reset. I talked about this in a live before. You're going to have to change the gears in your head. Oftentimes people say, if I talk to myself, I must be crazy. You're already doing it in your head by imagining the unmanageable, right? You're doing it already by painting a negative picture of pessimism. Okay, so what you have to do is you're going to have to change the dial, the module in your head. Okay, and I've said this before. It is said that they studied Americans and they said that how we have close to 80,000 thoughts in our head. 80,000 thoughts. It could be, look at her right there. Oh, why is he driving like this? Look at my hair. I don't like the way my hair looks. We have close to 80,000 thoughts per day. And out of the 80,000 thoughts, my friends, 79 to 80% of those thoughts are negative. That's some serious stuff. 80% of it is negative. So what you have to do when it comes to worry, you're going to have to be in control and change the module, change the dial of your mind. And it's a technique that I use for all of my clients who suffer from anxiety, who suffer from negative self-talk, who suffer from lack of confidence. And I have tried it on myself, and it works. And it works. So pay attention. The first thing that you need to do is identify and see the negative thoughts that come through your mind that says that I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to financially move in the direction that I want to. I'm never going to pay these bills. Oh my gosh, my spouse or the person I'm dating it's just not working. We're not communicating well. My boss hates me. I'm too overweight. I'm too scared. Like, pay attention to those thoughts because they're going to come. So how do you change those thoughts and not literally focus on those thoughts? Because they're going to come. But the thing is that you don't want to focus on those thoughts. You have to stop it before it gets midway. And how do you do that? Change the gears. Just like when you're driving a car, my friends, in order for you to go forward, you have to press on the brake, take it out of park, and move it to what? To drive. You have to move it to drive in order for the car to move. But in order for you to go backwards, you have to press on the brake again and do what? Move the gears, change the gears, and move from drive to, fast forward, to reverse. Okay? So in our brain, we have to get to a place where we say, I am thinking negative thoughts, so now I need to distract that thinking, distract it, and once I distract it, guess what happens? That's me pressing on the brake, pausing it. Pause it, and then you start by thinking something different. Now, what is the technique that you need to know in order to stop worrying? What is that technique? You need to change the module, change the dial. And how do you change the dial? As soon as you see the thought coming that says that you're obsessing about something that you cannot change, you immediately do what? You immediately say, what? What do you say? I'm about to say. Okay, what do you say? You basically start counting backwards. It's simple. You got to change the dial. In order to change the dial, you're going to have to press on the brake. And the way that you press on the brake is by literally, you can count backwards from 20 3 times, right? When I say 3 times, you're basically saying, I am going to count backwards by 3s. Count backwards by 3s. Not 20, 19, 18, 7. You can do that in your sleep. Your brain has to think. So what you want to do is you want to distract. The best way also, another one, is try saying your alphabets backwards. Z, X, Y, W. A lot of people can't even get that far. You need to distract your brain. When you find the negative thought coming, you need to say, no. Z, X, Y, and start counting backwards or saying your alphabets backwards. All you have is close to about 3 seconds. 3 seconds when your mind changes. When you stop, and then now when you're counting backwards, now you're no longer focusing on the negative thought. You now do what? You speak into your life and you say, I am not going to worry. God did not call me to worry, right? I cannot pray and worry at the same time. You have to talk to you. I tell my clients all the time that you have to talk to yourself. Oh, yes. Hey, Mary. Okay, you have to talk. Yes, literally talk to my troubles and worries. Thank you. Too many people don't do that, Mary. Too many people sit in their thoughts and they literally watch the movie in their head. The movie is full of suspense, horror, but guess what? They're not even the main character. They're the extra. I'm going to say that again. They are the extra. Because if you're the main character, guess what happens? You know that you have the ability to change the story. I'm going to say that again. You have the ability to change the story. Because why are you an extra? Because you're allowing everything else to dictate your situation. And so as I told my friend today, her and I were talking, and I was giving her sound recommendations and advice. And I was saying to her that in order for you to stop worrying, you have to get to a place where you say, I no longer want to worry, because guess what? Guess what? God does not call me to worry. And also, I told her, I said, come on now, Jeremiah 29:11. And I said, what does that say? She said, I don't know what it says. I said, well, I'm going to tell you what it says. If you are a believer, you understand you got to read your word. If you are a Muslim, you got to read your Quran. You got to know those things that is going to grab you and get you focused. And I said, Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and to give you a great future. Come on now. People literally are in situations when they are in control, but for some reason they feel that they can't change their circumstances. No, you can change your circumstances. The biggest issue, Mary and Natasha, hey Natasha, is people want to believe that they can change everybody else. That's when the problems occur. You cannot change your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend. You can't change your parents. You can't change your your boss. You cannot change people. Because oftentimes people who worry, they are worrying about why people are doing what they are doing to them. Why did this job leave me? Why did they fire me? Why can I find a husband? No! Because they're afraid of the person being who they are. And I often say, when you get to the realization that you cannot change people, when you get to the realization that you cannot change certain circumstances, then there's a level of peace. But when you come to the realization that you can change you and how you respond to the circumstances, come on now. When you come to the realization that you can make it with God, but on your, leading the way, ordering your steps, then guess what? There's a sense of purpose and peace, and you know that there's a strength that you're going to win. It's a guarantee that you're going to win, because those circumstances that has come to only make you stronger. Superhero of you. Stop trying to save so many people. Too many people are trying to save so many other people, trying to change people, trying to move situations around. But learn to speak to you. How can you move in the direction of purpose if you don't talk to yourself? Because believe me, I talk to me all the time. I say, girl, you better get it together. Come on, Natasha. Come on, Tasha. I wake up every morning and say, today is going to be a great day. Even though I may not feel it. I may be a little tired. I may be a little, concerned about whatever. And then I have to knock it down. Yeah, talk about the people trying to say, oh, come on now. Too many people trying to save so many people. Why my mother acting like that? Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's acting. Accept people for who they are. All you got to learn to do is change how you receive it. Change how you receive it. And what am I saying today? I'm saying that you have the power that's in you to become the best version of yourself. But you have to understand that in order for you to become the best version of yourself, my sisters, you got to stop worrying. And I'm going to say that again. You got to speak to your life. I wake up and say, today's going to be an amazing day. I'm going to get a call, or I'm going to meet someone that's going to help me build my business today. I'm going to be strong. I'm strong today. I speak to myself as soon as I get out the bed, because too many people allow social media to speak to them, because they turn on their phone as soon as they wake up in the morning and they receive the messages. Come on now. Let's go. They receive the messages in the morning about what their life should look like, because they begin to compare themselves. You have to be in a place where you are centered before you do anything else. And I do it all the time. I center myself through prayer, meditation, and working out in the morning. I need to have you ladies follow me. I need to do that. And before I do anything, I do me. Some people might say that's a little selfish, girl. But damn it, I hate to curse. But dag, I to do it. How can I be my greatest self and pour into other people? Because that's what I do for a living, right? I pour into, hey, Tiffany, I pour into people. But I can't pour into you if my cup is empty. I'm going to say that again. I cannot pour into you, Tiffany. I cannot pour into you, Natasha, if my cup is empty. And too many people, my friends, are walking around emptied. They are empty. They are exhausted. They are worried. They are anxious. They are depressed. And they are trying to be everything for everybody, but they are not able to do so because they are exhausted. So what am I saying, my ladies, my friends, my Facebook followers? I'm saying to you that today is going to be the day that you make a decision that you are going to be the best version of yourself by stop worrying, because worrying does not add anything to your life. It takes away, it subtracts from your life. What you say, Natasha? Just had this take care of you first. There you go. You gotta take care of you. Look, I tell people all the time that I speak into my life. Please don't speak into my life for me. The word speaks into my life, and that's the basis in which I move. Right? You know how some people say, well, I'm waiting for my friend to tell me whether whether I look good in this dress. What? I'm confused. You know whether you look good in that. I'm just being very, very simple. Some people say, what do you think about this dress? Do it look good on me or not? You know it look good on you, or you know it don't look good on you. Stop waiting for people to tell you what you need to hear. You got to speak to yourself and say, yeah, girl, you look good in this dress. Or, you know what, I need to go to the gym a little bit more. You got to do it. You got to do it. Understand your worth. Too many people are walking around feeling unworthy. And the reason why is because they consistently worry about what is not happening in their life. They keep comparing themselves to others. They keep helping everybody else, but not helping themselves. And so I am saying to you today that you have all that it takes to become the best version of yourself. Financially, financially, healthy from a physical perspective, mentally, spiritually, relationshiply. That's not even a word, but I just made it up. You have the potential to go after everything that you want. And the fact that you have the desire, God put it in you. And the fact that he put it in you, that means that he's given you all of the skills, all of the tools in order to get it done. And my girlfriend said to me, she said, well, I'm going to wait for things to happen. I'm going to be patient on God. I said, okay. And she said, what do you mean by that? I said, no, you don't wait for things to happen. You go after it. Hello? You go after it. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. And faith without works is dead. In order for you to believe that it exists, you need to start walking. You got to believe that your dream is on the other side of that road. But how you going to get there if you're not walking? Come on now. How you going to get, it's just going to manifest itself through, manifestation is strong and I've done it. But you got to start walking and believing in it. People say, financially you're doing well. And I said, well, I wasn't always doing that. Why? Because my mind wasn't shifted. Come on now. I believe what was or is before it actually took place. So I could be here all day because too many people are walking around. And I just had this conversation with my girlfriend in Philly. I love her to death. She was just worrying about what wasn't happening. And I told her, the fact that you have strength in your body, the fact that you can talk to me means that you have the ability to keep it moving. The fact that you want more means that there's more for you. Come on now. You got to understand that there's a universal connection with your thoughts, your mind, and you being able to believe that it exists. And the only way to move is for you to get to the place of understanding that you are powerful. Oh, girl, thank you. video. Yes, Natasha. Because guess what? And share this video, this live with as many people as possible. Because there are too many, and I'm not looking for the views. My passion is there. I want people to understand that their life is not over. Their life is not over. It's just beginning. Another girlfriend called me and she said she's just so stressed out. She's tired. She's been in and out of the hospital for 3 years. And she went from 89 pounds, because she lost all this weight, to 145 pounds. And I said, girl, you are doing it. You have a testimony. But she called me in tears. And I said, why are you crying? She said, because they said I needed a blood transfusion. I'm just tired of all of this. And I said, I understand you're tired. But understand this, that you are literally, here is the door to all of your healing and recovery. You are right here. Literally, you are right here. And the enemy is distracting you from opening up that door. And your healing completely is there. And she said, what do you mean by that? I said, it's a distraction. I said, yep, you need blood. Yes, you need iron in your blood. Because guess what? You're a new person. So you got new stuff going on. So do not get to a place where you're worrying and being deprecating yourself by talking negative and feeling like this is too much. I can't do it. It's so much. Girl, you went from 89 pounds to 145 pounds. That means that you are on the journey of healing. And so because you're on the journey of healing, you have to stay consistent. What are my 3 C's? And that, I apply that to everything. You have to be committed to your goal, whether it's getting better physically, whether it's financially, whether it's getting in a relationship. You have to be consistent with what it is that you want. The second is you have to be committed. Commit yourself to this, that no matter what happens in my life, I'm going to still keep moving on. No matter what distractions are happening, I'm going to keep moving on. Because remember, the more distractions you get in your life for any kind of situation, whether it's a job, a man, your finances, whatever distractions happen, understand the more distractions means that you are closer to your goal. Let me drop the mic, bam. The more distractions you have, the more worry or thoughts that come along, that lets you know that you're closer. Well, I'm being real because I can tell you that's my life sometimes. And I said, oh, enemy, you are busy and you a lie. You a lie and you a lie. Because guess what? The more distractions I have, it's telling me I'm closer to my goal and you're trying to stop me. And the last C, I said committed, consistent, and the last C is courage. Have the courage. And I say the definition of courage is what? Being in a place where you are scared. You are terrified of the unknown. Yes, that's what she told me. She said, I am so terrified. I'm scared of what is on the other side. And I said, I understand. But you have to have courage. And courage does not mean that you are not scared. It means you have levels of fear. But guess what? You still do it anyways. You still move. You still believe God. You still speak into your life. You still say, I am going to live and not die. I am going to be a lender and not a borrower. Come on now. Come on now. God will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you will not have room to receive. That's what it says in the good book. So if that is what it says and God is not a lie, come on now. I feel like I'm preaching. If the book says that is what it says and the good book says it and God is not a liar, so that means that it's the truth. Come on now. It's the truth. And you got to believe it for what it is. So you got to remind yourself. So when you worry, you got to remind yourself and rebuke it and say, I will not worry today because today is going to be a great day. I will not worry today because my finances are changing, even though in my bank account, it's a -0. I know that's sad, right? It's a negative, but I've been there when I had all the insufficient fees and all this other stuff. And I mean, come on now. hey, -20, -1,000. Ciao. I get so excited. It's the truth. We talking some real stuff. But I had hope. I said, oh, okay, I see what it says, but that's not what I believe to be what it is. And so what am I saying to you, my ladies, is that you have to have faith that all of what you're experiencing that causes you to worry, you have to have enough faith to believe that it is just temporary. It is just temporary. It is just temporary. Understand that it is just temporary. And it's only there to distract you from what it is that you know and in your heart, what you know you want. Because God doesn't make no mistakes. He doesn't make no mistakes. And that's all your trials and tribulations. He makes no mistakes. So with that said, I got a 7 o'clock call on LinkedIn. I do an audio event. If you want to join me on that, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome because my book is dropping. My book is about worthiness, leadership, increasing self-esteem, and knocking down the thoughts that says that you are a fraud. Imposter syndrome. Look up imposter syndrome. Too many people are dealing with it. They are literally, they earn all the degrees and they've earned all the certificates and they've gone to school and they've done all of this stuff and they get to these higher achievements, but then they say, I don't think I belong here. So yes, that's what I'm doing on LinkedIn at 7 o'clock. But with that said, I hope that this message helped you. Thank you. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, T. Thank you. Come on now, Mary. I thank you for listening and sharing. Share this. Because guess what? You never know what someone is dealing with. Never know. Because let me tell you, if you're feeling it, there's someone else that's probably feeling it 3 or 10 times more, and they're on the verge of taking their life. I'm going to say that again. Check on your friends. Too many people are dealing with so much stress. You are so welcome. So many people are dealing with stress. And because stress is too much for them, they feel like they can't take it. But I'm here to tell you that that's a lie and that there's solutions to your problem. There are solutions. And I got the answer and I just shared it. So with that said, I love you, ladies. I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon. And of course, I'm here for you. So as I close, I always say, be empowered for greatness, because without greatness, there's no you. And without you, there's no greatness. There's no greatness. So you and greatness is like you guys are one. Okay. You are one. All right. So be empowered for greatness. And I love you very much. Talk to you soon. Peace. Bye.